Robinson Show.
Hello.
Anthony.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing? Anthony Kapfer, comedian, musician, and filmmaker. What?
Yes.
How you doing,
Okay.
man?
Not too bad. I'm in LA right now. I'm in a hotel room in LA. I don't know if you can see.
Sunny.
That's
I
downtown LA.
Nice,
Yes.
yeah.
It's fucking gorgeous. What are you doing out there, man? Are you able to tell us?
Oh yeah, I'm just I came out to do some shows and just kind of hang out and stuff. I haven't been able to go anywhere for almost 2 years, so I wanted to get out and go. Mostly trying to do shows if I can.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a while since we talked, and I was gonna ask if the pandemic had messed up with your gigs and all that.
Oh, it destroyed everything. My entire career is in shambles now.
So's ours. So's ours. We decided we're done. We're done this season. But yeah, what? How did you get through it, man? Did you do a lot of Zoom?
A lot of what?
Like a lot of
Zoom?
Zoom performances?
Oh yeah, I mean almost exclusively Zoom for a long time. I was doing. I started a couple of my own shows, and just jumped on everyone else's Zoom shows, and I just kept recording new albums during the pandemic, and just stuff like that. Whatever I could do from my apartment.
Nice.
Just trying to keep busy making things, and yeah, a lot of Zoom.
What is on your
At first I was
shirt,
doing,
Anthony? It's totally distracting me. Your shirt, is that the orange guy? Oh, I thought it was. That's awesome. Are we not mad?
yeah, it's the Devo album. What did you think it was?
I thought it was Trump's hair at first. I just saw like a couple
Oh,
I
Trump's
saw the yellow and I saw the
Oh.
lines, so I thought it was Trump's
Oh,
hair.
right. It looks like Trump's hair. I never thought about that. Yeah, if
That's
you
funny.
just see that part of it.
Anthony, I don't know if you said it already, but have you done any live shows yet?
Yeah. I did a handful over the last year and a half, and I've been in LA for like since last Friday, so I've done a bunch of shows.
Was it? How did it feel
lately.
after like having the year that you weren't live, then getting back on stage in front of a crowd?
It's been weird for all different reasons. Like last summer, I was doing like outdoor shows a little bit, so it had only been a couple of months of not performing.
Okay.
But like the first time I got on stage, after months of being afraid to get sick, this woman in the crowd sneezed during my set, and I was like, "All right, good night. That's all for me." And then I left. And there's been like, I mean, I played in bands for 10 years, and then I've been doing stand up for 10 years. Now 10 years, and this is the longest gap. These are some of the longest gaps that I've gone in between getting in front of real people.
Yeah.
So it is strange, and I've kind of I've switched gears a little bit. Like on the Zoom shows, I do mostly songs because telling jokes it's kind of awkward. I mean, not kind of, it's totally awkward. Especially depending on the Zoom show, because some Zoom shows you have the audience there and you can hear them and see them and stuff, and some of them they're all muted, and some of them you're doing a Zoom show where there's no audience in Zoom, but it's streaming somewhere else, Twitch or Facebook or something.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just kind of like this, but you have to just assume that 100 people are watching you and laughing, but you
That's
have
what
no
we
idea.
do. We're just like, yeah, hopefully someone's,
Yeah, right.
hopefully some hundred is somewhere laughing at this shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, songs lend itself more to this.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna ask too, like being a musician, having your own albums and all. Do you work that in your comedy act at all, or when you do comedy, is it totally different than your music?
Well, I like in 2019, I toured for like basically the whole year straight. And so when I was headlining, I'd do an hour, and it usually was about 30 minutes of kind of one-liners and stuff, and then about 30 or so minutes of funny songs.
Cool.
So, and then when I do shorter sets, it's some combination, or sometimes I'll choose one or the other.
Yeah, because there's guys like Stephen Lynch that go out and they just do songs, and in between they'll like set it up. But that's what I didn't know. I didn't know if you did that kind of an act.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I did a show last night, and it was like 10 minutes or something, and I did just songs.
Cool.
So
have you ever had a crowd just like not get it? Like,
oh yeah, I mean that never stops. all the time I get it.
I feel like that would drive me nuts. Like I would just start like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like
I want to know how quickly you catch on to that. Like, is it the moment you walk on stage you realize like, oh, these guys are not going to get it?
How quickly can you turn that crowd around?
Yeah,
like,
that too.
Well, that depends, and sometimes I can turn it around, and sometimes I am not able to. But like I did a show actually on Friday night. I did a show. It was the first one I did in LA, and it was like half comedians and then half rappers. Like it was kind of, and there was a DJ playing everybody up. So it was like it's this kind of it's a hip hop thing, and the audience really wasn't that interested in the comics. They were kind of just talking over all the comics, and they were kind of interested in the rappers, but the rappers weren't all that great. So they were kind of a little bit bored for some of them too.
That's good. At least that's a good feeling to at least know they weren't all into the rapper.
Yeah, they weren't just there for the rap.
You should have like some hardcore rap to come out with. Like you have to have that as backup, no matter what. Like you have to have some like diss track.
Well, it was but also it was weird because like they put a bunch of comics in a row, and then there'd be like a bunch of rappers in a row, and then there were some more comics, and for some reason I kept getting bumped later and later. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I guess I'll be on at some point. And so this one rapper, he shows up. I guess they said he just got out of rehab, but he was there. He was drinking a beer, and he was rapping about how he sells cocaine. And so I followed him. I didn't go after a comic. I went after this guy. And he was the best rapper of the night. He was pretty good. And
that's what I was thinking. Like that would be a compliment. Like we're gonna save you for last. Like you're the best.
The headline.
Yeah, but I was there for like 3 hours. But so I went after this guy, and like, he's got the DJ backing him up, so like the music is all loud and stuff. And I get up and I'm like, "Are you guys ready for some acoustic guitar music?" And surprisingly, a handful of people were like, "Yeah,
cool, okay."
I went into my stuff, and I maybe that was enough just for me to acknowledge how weird it was for me to be going up at that moment. They were totally with me.
He got an Uber right from rehab, and you'd been there for like a day. Like, when do I go? Like,
yeah. And so I bought some cocaine off of him, and we had some time.
Be on the next album.
Yeah, I was just saying you wrote some verses with him. Like,
yeah.
He was like, I could work some of your acoustic guitar into my rapping.
Yeah, I want you in my back seat playing acoustic guitar while I sell. While I make some deals over here. So that
I'm
that.
I'm gonna sing the hook on his next single.
Yes. You had a new album come out too, Anthony, right?
I did. It's called "I Can't Believe It's Not Better," and I got some. I put out a couple of 7-inch records, and this is one of them. That's kind of what the album cover looks like. So that came out in June, beginning of June, and that's streaming everywhere now. I can't believe it's not better.
It's a great name, and I love that you put out vinyl.
I have to say that the way you just said the title, it almost like sounded like you really mean that. Like, I wish it was better.
Well, I can't believe it's not butter. Like, that's what I'm like.
Yeah, oddly enough, I feel like it's my best work.
We're so confused, but also so entertained. Oh, what's the message behind this album?
The album, so it's got it's sort of half and half. Like it's got half songs that I sing, and the other half is like musical pieces with like spoken word accompaniment. So a lot of the spoken word stuff is like my jokes that I would do with or without music. So I just kind of set it to music, and I wanted to just have an album that kind of represented the two sides of what I do in my comedy shows.
I kind of feel like when you're even working out your material, I feel like you have a song in your head.
Yeah, sometimes
like
I do.
soundtrack.
Like I usually play chords and stuff when I'm telling the one-liners, but a lot of times what I'll do is just play this kind of almost background music, like kind of you're not really supposed to pay attention to it, to people. I can just show, do something that's like, just play something like, and then I can just keep it loose and talk kind of like how I'm talking to you now.
Cool.
And I can sort of just do any joke that I want to do, and they don't have to be related or tell a story or anything. It's like a stream of consciousness kind of thing. And that's sort of how I work out most of the jokes. And then I'll, with this album, I took all that stuff and tried to figure out which ones go together and, kind of elaborate on it, and then write music that kind of makes sense for those ideas. So that was kind of what I was going for. And I also wanted the music to sound like serious music, because I played in bands for a long time before I did comedy. So I wanted the music to sound like the kind of music that I was making before I was doing comedy. And I didn't want it to sound like, I don't want the music to be silly, so it's a little darker sounding than some other comedy music. But that was just dark and a little noisy, and so that was what I was kind of going for.
You're not trying to do like circus music as you make jokes, right?
No.
You're not doing what we do.
Yeah,
you're better than
you're
us.
not like blowing duck calls or hitting bells, right?
Yeah, there's very little kazoo on this one.
If you need a kazoo guy, let me know, Ann. Let me know.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask too. Could you perform us a song from your new album?
I could, yeah. Would you? Do you want to hear something from the new one?
Yeah, anyone you
Whatever
want.
you're feeling tonight.
Yeah, let me do. Hold on, I should have had it tuned for this one. Okay. Yeah, so this is a song. It's called "Invisible Stain," and it's on my new album.
Okay, I'm just gonna let you know we're gonna mute our mics, so we'll probably be enjoying it and laughing. But if you don't hear us, you could just look at if you can see our video there, you'll see us.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll be looking for smiles.
Okay. All right.
It's just like every other Zoom show.
Ready when you are.
I drank so much coffee today that technically I am on cocaine. I have multiple personalities, but they are all exactly the same. My psychic friend has short-term memory loss, so she remembers tomorrow like it was today. Yesterday I spilled mustard on my mustard-colored jeans. Today there's an invisible stain. Oh no, oh no, oh no, where'd it go? Oh no, the stain appeared without a trace, and that'll never come out. I know a couple of conjoined twins, but I'm starting to think that they might be the same person, because I've never even seen them in the same room together. Who the hell do they think they're fooling? I'm on to you. I can eat whatever I want. The calories don't count as long as I wear a disguise. Everybody has a birthday coming up. As long as they do not die, the revolution will be televised. In fact, you probably missed it because it wasn't really advertised. I am a pessimistic narcissist. I always feel empty, but I'm full of myself half the time. I know, I don't know, oh no, I don't. I am perfect, but not every time. Oh, I thought the song was done. I am perfect, but not every time.
Yo, that was awesome,
Very
Anthony.
cool.
Wow.
Thank you.
Invisible stain.
Yeah, very just
Invisible
clever.
stain.
I love it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Stain.
Yeah, that one's weird because it's a lot of those lines were things that I tried out just as one-liner jokes without music, and some of them worked and some of them didn't necessarily kill on their own.
Yeah.
And then I put them together, and then I was somehow even able to have a lot of them rhyme, and so it kind of worked out like as a song somehow.
It's awesome, man. Yes, I love it. And yeah, I see how, like, yeah, the music's not corny. Like, it's really good. Really good. Fucking love
Thank
it.
you.
No problem. Thank you, man.
And on the album, it's it's got like it's got like a pretty cool groove. You know, it's like bass and drum, not like bass and drum music, but like it's bass and drum heavy.
I saw
then,
you play other instruments too on the album, correct?
Yeah, I play everything. I mean, every song has like a full band arrangement. So I'm playing guitar and bass and drums. Because I played drums in bands before I was doing comedy. So yeah, it sounds like I've got a whole band behind me. And on a lot of Zoom shows, I mean, if I was home now, I would have my whole setup where I've got like drum pads and stuff. I could have done I do like this one-man band kind of thing where I do everything at once.
That's cool. That's cool as shit.
Do you stay away from keyboard? Because I notice a lot of comedy musicians nowadays are using keyboards.
Or a guitar.
Guitar.
Yeah. Well, I'm just not that good at keyboards, so I don't do it too much.
Nice. I saw it too, man. You were in a movie that had Chris Elliott and Louis Black in it.
Yes, I was in the movie for like 3 seconds.
Okay.
But it was like there's a scene where we're on an airplane, and so they had me playing. It was at the time I had a really long beard and I had short hair, so they wanted me to play like a Hasidic Jewish guy on an airplane, and really it's just kind of a visual gag. They say something about like if you use an iPad or iPhone on the plane, the plane will crash, and then I'm holding an iPad and the woman next to me is on her phone, and we just kind of like look at each other like, oh boy, and that's the whole. It's just a close-up visual gag kind of thing. Right?
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if you had.
Joke. I didn't write the joke. That's what they told me to do.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't know how much of an interaction you had with those guys. It's just great to have been connected to a couple guys like that.
I was there for a couple hours. I think Abby Elliott was around that day, but I didn't really, I didn't chat with her. But Lewis Black, he must have shot his scene another day.
Shot his load. What and I saw too. Are you on Netflix? Like, do you have a special on there?
No, that movie was on Netflix for a while. That was, but I'm the lead in another movie that's on Amazon Prime called Mute Date, which came out, what was that, 2019, I think it came out.
I heard that's like a recommended film too. Like it's got great ratings.
Yeah, it's like recommended. It's an Amazon recommended film for like indie. If you like indie films, cool. It's a recommended film.
Cool. Do you play the Mute Date?
Do I what?
Do you play the Mute Date? Like, can you speak in it? Or?
Oh, well, so me and so it's most of the movie is me and one other person, and so we're on a date, and we're like testing out this new dating. So it's set in the near future, which it came out in 2019, so it was set in 2020.
Right.
And so we were like beta testing a dating app. And we both could not speak. We were communicating telepathically. So we're like acting out the scenes, and then all of the dialogue is all voiceover.
Okay.
So I speak, but not really.
Okay, cool. That
Very
sounds
interesting
awesome.
concept.
Yeah. Like, I'm still waiting for my hoverboard from Back to the Future. Now I want that app on my phone.
Yeah.
I want it all. I need it all.
It's almost like a kind of Black Mirror sort of comedy. It's a romantic comedy, kind of like Black Mirror, I would say.
I like Black Mirror.
So, like, for the poster for this movie, how would it be? Like, would you be crossing your arms and standing back to back with the other...
kind of. I think the poster was something like that, where like,
or
just
pointing to your forehead, like, what am I saying?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? That's what the poster
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Nice. Dude, it's great to see that you have been so busy with all these projects.
Yeah.
That's super cool, man.
Yeah, I had some cool stuff going on before 2020.
Anthony, I'm curious to what your opinions are, because Bo Burnham recently went viral with his recent comedy special on Netflix, and I didn't like it. Everybody's like, how can you not like it? It's amazing, but maybe it's just me. What did you think? Did you like his newest one?
I thought it was great. I thought it was one of the best specials I've ever seen.
So fuck you, Slam.
Yeah, it's just me.
You don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know. I had a few beers and I watched like half of it, and I was just...
Dude.
It's not that I didn't like it. It was just very depressing, and I'm like, this is just too depressing for me.
Sometimes, if you go into something with I don't know, if you're in a bad mood from something else in the day, sometimes you don't go in with the right mindset. So
that could be what it was. It's also just I liked early Bo Burnham when he was a kid and doing silly songs on YouTube, and then he got very arty, and I'm just like, I don't know if I get it anymore.
Yeah. Then maybe he made it intentionally so people like you would not enjoy it.
Right,
I gotta weed out the slims.
Yeah, he was like, I gotta get rid of these guys that don't get me.
Yeah. Love it. Anthony, dude, it's been great. I can't believe we're almost up, but do you have any upcoming projects or gigs you could tell us about?
Well, tonight, I don't know if anybody listening is in California, but tonight I'm at the Ha Ha Comedy Club at 8:00. Saturday night I'm at Flappers, which is also in Hollywood. The new album is out now, which I'm excited about. I'm hoping to be able to tour a little bit, but that's kind of up in the air. So, I would say if people just want to keep up to date, maybe just follow me on social media at Anthony Kapfer, or music.anthonykapfer.com is where all my music ends up.
Cool. I was going to ask where everybody could buy your albums and all.
Yeah, you could buy the album. You could buy these. I'm going to put these new records on sale. I have another 7-inch. So this is 4 songs from the new one, and the last 7-inch was 4 more songs from it.
Cool.
So so that's available there, music.anthonykapfer.com. And yeah, so I already have my next album written, so I'm working on recording it when I get back home. I'm gonna record that and put it out, and then we'll see, and then that will be 4 albums since March 2020.
Nice, dude. Yeah, like good to see that you're getting shit done, because I've heard other people like that are creative, like during the lockdown, you would think it was like the best time to come out with, material and stuff, but at the same time they also couldn't focus or concentrate, like, so it's cool to see that you were able to put some stuff out.
Yeah, it's been fun putting stuff out. It's a little harder to promote it because it's all, just you're just at home hoping that people will check it out. But
thank you so much for talking to us, Anthony. It's been a blast.
Yeah. Thanks for having me back on. It's good to last time I called in, so it's good to actually see your faces this time.
Yeah, same here, man. Have a good one, brother.
You too. See you later.